Genshin Impact is now 1 week into service and has been downloaded 17 million times. It has peaked at 110,000 concurrent Twitch viewers with an average of 4,000 channels live at any time. It's estimated that Genshin Impact has made $50 million in revenue in its first week and has already paid off development costs. This makes it the largest international launch from a China-based development team ever. But it's a free-to-play game. And it's got all these high marks, so does that mean you have to actually pay money to enjoy this thing? Is the game pay to win? Let's talk about that. Welcome to Bronze Dad Plays, where today we are talking more about Genshin Impact. I've got several videos on the channel and several more to come, so please, if you don't mind, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring the bell. If you like Genshin Impact, check out my channel for future updates. So today we're talking about monetization in Genshin Impact. $50 million is a lot of money to make for a free-to-play game, so somehow they've gotten this money from their players. Let's talk about what the monetization is in Genshin Impact, why games like this have the monetization they do, how it affects your gameplay, and finally, ultimately, is this pay to win? If you didn't already know, Genshin Impact is a free-to-play game on PC, PS4, and mobile. The download is free, so if you want to learn more about this game, download it right now. There's no requirement to pay for anything at any time. But since it is a mobile game, that means it comes with many gates. Multiple forms of currency, RNG rolls, dailies, weeklies, leveling up, ascension, enhancement, refinement, talents, constellations. There is so much in this game, and it can get pretty confusing at times. So why did the developers build it this way? Well, a typical mobile game will give you a load of currency off the bat and then give you a pretty thin pipeline to replenish it. This means your bag eventually runs out and you feel pressure to purchase from them. Multiple kinds of currency ensures that even if you're rich in one, you could be poor in another. Monetizing the gathering aspects of each and every currency or putting some time gates ensures that you have to come back to the game time and time again, giving you some tiny chance of possibly purchasing every time you open the app. More playing, more money. So what's in Genshin Impact? Well, you purchase crystals in Genshin Impact. And there is the typical beginner pack for $5 will give you a little something every single day. But crystals can be purchased, which then convert to primo gems, which then can purchase a wide variety of things, from faster work from NPCs, extra character rolls known as wishes, item rolls that can restore resin for daily quests. Primo gems are the main form of currency in the game when it comes to monetization. And the main source of that monetization is the desire to roll additional wishes. Wishes roll for characters, items, or both, and include the typical thing you'd see in mobile games with event-specific timelines, different roles getting you different characters, etc. When you roll with a wish, a duplicate character turns into items which unlock constellations that are buffs on your character. Duplicate items can produce star glitter or star dust depending on their quality, and that glitter or dust can then be used for direct purchases in the shop in-game. So more primo gems gets you more rolls, which gets you more duplicates, which gets you greater power or purchasing power. That's the gacha mechanic in a nutshell. That is what the game is built off of. There are also world quests to unlock ley lines that run off of a resource called resin, and that resource fills up over time. Think of it like energy in most games. Resin restoration items can be bought from the shop or found in game, and these will give you 8 hours of refill in one single click. These world quests at the ley lines reward a small amount of XP items or gold depending on the type of ley line you take on. As your world level increases, so do the rewards from the ley lines. But you need the resin in order to unlock the reward. You can fight the enemies all you want. No resin, no reward. So therefore, more quests, more rewards, faster progress. It all relies on that resin, which is time gated, but can be purchased. So if all this is sounding like some scummy mobile game to you, don't get me wrong. It is built on those concepts, but Genshin Impact is different. There's a reason your friends, families, and streamers have all gone wild for this free-to-play game. As you can tell, the systems are purposefully bloated and interconnecting, and that confusion feeds the sense that you need to purchase something to get going. But Genshin Impact currently has these tuned to be much less aggressive than you would anticipate. In my time playing, I've felt no pressure to purchase anything, or even look at the shop. It's in a separate menu. You don't get those pop-ups constantly annoying you about today's new special. What I'm typically running out of are items. And yes, there's a wish mechanic for that, but that doesn't really feel necessary. An hour of play and my bag is overflowing with items just from adventuring. Yeah, the time gates are real, but they don't contribute mass amount of resources, at least not yet. Expeditions that you can send your party on are time gated as well, but they reward very little. At this point, we're talking about ore and meat, which can very easily be farmed from the world. So the pressure to utilize accelerators on the time gates is pretty limited. If I can find the items on my own by adventuring, and if I can use those resources without paying anything, I'm just gonna do that. Primo gems are very plentiful in the world as well. They have many sources to get these things for free. We're talking chests, quests, the adventure guidebook, achievements, or just leveling up your adventure rank. All of these will slow down or stop in the late game, but zero pressure until then, and I've got a long way to go. I can easily afford a 10 combo roll after just 2 hours of playtime. Wishing also has built-in mercy mechanics. If you roll 10 times, there is a guarantee you're going to get something, usually a 4-star item or character. And during specific events, if you get an item for a certain rarity, like 5-star or 4-star, it has an extremely high chance of being a very specific item or group of items. So therefore, if you wait until the right events and you're smart about your free rolls, you can get what you want out of the game. Now, wishing does give more dust, and more dust is more direct purchases, but honestly, I haven't been motivated to even go to the shop. There's just nothing to entice me there. I'm sure I will be enticed eventually, but so far, so good. All of this put together could possibly have an argument for pay to win, but there's one key critical factor we've ignored so far in this entire video, and that is, this is a single player game. Yes, it has co-op. Yes, you can do dungeons with your friends, but this is still mostly a single player game. This has quest lines and world quests and all the story events that you can only experience when you're not in co-op. So if you're trying to pay money to get a competitive edge, all you're doing is speeding up your own game. You're not negatively affecting other players. You're not competing in PvP where someone with cash is gonna beat someone without cash. It's really hard to call this pay to win if you're not winning anything, right? So my final thoughts. This is a great example of a free-to-play game. The quality of the game convinces you that spending a couple bucks is no big deal. Whales may purchase heavily to speed up the timeline or make things go faster, rich kids and all that, but honestly, you can achieve everything in-game. Now, one note of caution is that future updates may include different monetization strategies. We've certainly seen that from games in the past where developers decide to go a totally different direction after expansion number 1. So I do want to throw that out there. It's great right now. It could change in the future. But until then, this sets a new bar for free-to-play titles. So the big question was, is it pay to win? No. No, this is not pay to win. This is just free to play with some time advancement if you want to move faster. And I think that is the best kind of free to play. And the fact that it is the largest launch in Chinese history means I think that you guys agree. This has been Bronze Dad Plays. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's much more to come on Genshin Impact, so if you wouldn't mind, smash the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and till next time, see ya.